Welcome to Home and Away, hosted by myself, Graeme Spice and Glen Cowie, where we discuss all things World Cup. This episode we're joined by Suneil Menon, unique in that he's our first non-Spurs supporting guest in over 100 episodes of recording the podcast. And we'll be talking England's great escape, Harry Kane and all the other knockout matches that have been played so far. A lot to discuss, let's get into it.
Let me be the one that you turn to, someone you can rely on, closer each day, home and away.
Glenn, how you doing?
I'm good, mate. I'm good after surviving, as you put it, the great escape at a 2 a.m. local kickoff. But I'm well. Getting through a Melbourne winter. We're fully in the throes of winter here. I'm sure you've got some heat over your way, Graeme. And as you mentioned, we've got my good friend Suneil here. Suneil, thanks for joining us, mate.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me. Real pleasure to be here. Just like Glenn, surviving through the Melbourne winter, which is nice, and England's great escape as well. Funnily enough, I'm not from England, but I am an England fan for this World Cup. So
there you go.
It's always coming home sometime. But yeah.
I think something's coming home, and it's probably just the squad after the Mexico game, but we can come to that later.
Yeah, indeed. But Graeme, how are you, mate? How's the World Cup been for you? Because I've read some varying reports as the tournament's been progressing that World Cup fever hasn't really caught in England owing to a lot of the kickoff times.
It's not been the same. I think it's been like I'll be doing almost the reverse of what you did for the last game, because it's the game on Monday is 1 a.m. kickoff.
Yeah,
against
10
Mexico.
a.m. here.
Yeah, which is a bit more civilized, isn't it? But yeah, so if it goes to extra time and penalties, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do at work the next day, but we'll figure it out, I'm sure. Yeah, it's been weird. I watched the Panama game Sunday with friends.
That was a Sunday night, wasn't it, for you?
Yeah,
it was Saturday night, I think.
Yeah, it was 10 p.m. kickoff. It was quite a late one. But I watched it around a friend. We had a barbecue and watched it around a friend's house, which was nice. And then I just watched it with Heather after finished work a bit early and watched the game yesterday.
Yeah.
It's weird because that 5 o'clock's too early to really go out, and there's a lot of people who won't get back from work in time to go and do that. There's ridiculously late, like 1 a.m. on us, and it's effectively Sunday night, right? It's like not a great one. The only thing is as well, it might be that some of the schools are closed anyway on Monday because the temperature's gone up really high again, but I'm not sure if that'll happen or not.
They won't do what Scotland did, right, and actually make it a public holiday, I doubt.
I doubt it as well, yeah. But yeah, it hasn't felt the same, like even as Qatar or any of the more reasonably timed tournaments.
Yeah, I'm sure like me, Suneil, you've been watching a lot of games because we've been spoiled, right, in terms of kickoff times.
It's getting progressively worse now. The 2 o'clocks, the 3 o'clocks, since the knockout stages have come. Yeah, it's getting progressively worse, but at least for the group stages, we had that, which was nice.
We had a lot of nice kickoff times, and of course we've got 10 a.m. Monday morning for England, Mexico. Australia, though, 4 a.m. Saturday morning, which is pretty painful. Australia, Egypt. Suneil, did you watch the England game? Have you seen the whole game? Did you watch it live? Did you watch it on delay? Like, what was your viewing on that?
I watched it live. So I woke up, watched it, thinking, this was going to be a good game to watch. I was absolutely stunned when Congo took the lead. I'm not going to lie, the defending was
so were the players, it seemed.
The defending was bad, and then I was like, okay, that's fine. They scored pretty early in the piece. I think it was like the 7th minute or something. I was like, there's plenty of time here, and then I just saw England struggle through that entire game.
Yeah,
I was sweating bullets. It comes like 65th, 70th minute. I was like, no chance now. The chances are getting slimmer and slimmer and slimmer, and then of course Harry Kane decided to turn up, and I was like, all right, lucky escape.
The DR Congo keeper was having an absolute worldie, wasn't he? And I was very similar to you, Suneil. I actually text my mate.
Yeah.
In fact, another Graeme, and spells it exactly the same way as you do, Graeme. I was texting him. He goes by G. We called him G, his nickname. And I texted him and I said, G, we're going out, mate. This is not good. And it was like the 65th minute. And then, we dug ourselves out of the shit.
But what I found weird, were you getting the at half time we were getting interviews with the assistant. Did they show those?
In Australia, they haven't been showing them as frequently, but I know they've been happening. Because what's his name? Anthony Barry, is it? The assistant?
Yeah.
So
I think so.
Yeah, because I know
it
that's
sounds
been
like
happening.
he's walked straight off of Brookside.
Yeah, no, indeed.
And what he said something at half time. He said that we didn't really get started until the first hydration break. And I was
about
like,
a handbrake being on.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, hold on a minute. It's a World Cup. What are you doing? And then the weird thing was they did exactly the same thing in the second half. I didn't think they got going at all until like the last quarter of the game.
I'll tell you something funny about that. It's because of that interview, the FIFA president has come out and said how great are these hydration breaks. Obviously they are pushing the hydration breaks, and I'm shocked that some American fans are now saying that football is over 4 quarters. You have the hydration breaks breaking up, and I'm like, this is the beginning.
We've covered this a few times.
Yeah,
not for me.
It's so. I am a complete proponent and supporter of player welfare, and as recently as the last home game or the last game of the season for Tottenham against Everton, it was really hot, and they broke for water. That's fine. But if you're going to have a hydration break, have it for 60 seconds in the centre circle, have a water carrier come on with water, and that's what you do. You consume water. But having said all of that, you could argue the hydration break before Kane scored his brace is what tweaked it and what got us over the lines. It's one of those, but not for me either. I don't like them. It interrupts the pattern of play. It's momentum. It's not what
I didn't ask you this. Is Australian TV showing adverts during the hydration breaks?
Yeah, they're big on that. They're very Australian sport coverage as a rule, Graeme, is very similar to America in that you will have ads, and it's for AFL here. They have quarter time. They're even going to the effort of sometimes they have the game appearing in a slightly smaller screen with ads around it.
Yeah, I hate that.
But
unfortunately, it's part of one of the things we do at work.
Obviously, BBC don't have ads, and ITV, I understand, they haven't done ads at all.
They haven't been showing ads. They've had analysis in the studio.
Yeah.
It started off with, I've not seen it for every game, but Emma Hayes doing her
pretty good analysis,
chalkboard analysis at halftime, which is where all the memes came from. But actually, she's really good. She's very, very smart. The way she talks about the game and understanding what they're trying to do. So I quite enjoyed that actually. Anything except cutting to ad breaks for me, I was okay with.
Just coming back to the England game, and Suneil, you watched it live like I did, and Grant, you watched it live. Do you think Suneil, England needed that kind of wake up call, that kind of match, that kind of you kind of need to dig in here and get this over the line? Wasn't
that Ghana though? Wasn't that the wake up call?
If I were to look at it from just a match perspective, if we just say, okay, let's just look at this match in isolation. It's a knockout game. England made it through. That's the most important part. But does that fuel confidence for Mexico at the Azteca? Like I'm just saying, if you play like this, I don't think we're going through.
It's the start for me. It's how we're starting games. And you're right. If we start like we have against Ghana, against Panama, against DR Congo, Mexico will be out of sight by 20 minutes.
I fully agree. They'll have home backing, the crazy crowd.
7,000 feet. They're at altitude.
Altitude.
Yeah.
You can't. It's a World Cup knockout game. You can't be not motivated at the start.
Yeah.
You've got to go all guns blazing. There's not going to be a second chance. This is not a Congo where, with no disrespect to Congo, they played really well, but Mexico are not going to sit back as much as Congo did once they took the lead. Yes, you still got class players like Harry Kane and Jude Bellingham. They're going to have to step up now.
Yeah.
And it'll have to be from minute one.
Unfortunately, I think they're the only two that really have stepped up. We've been too reliant on them almost.
But you have to look at the spine of England, right?
Yeah.
For the leadership, you've got Kane, you've got Bellingham, you've got Declan Rice, Yehi, and I would say Jordan Pickford. Those are your leaders right across the spine of the team. They have to step up from minute one. If you go to hydration breaks and rely on them, if you're 1-0 down, 2-0 down, 3-0 down, then what's going to happen?
I think, and I've said this to a few others, I think a player like Jude Bellingham thrives in an Azteca atmosphere where everything's stacked against you. That's the type of game he thrives on and he loves. And he gets a bit of flack, right? A sense of arrogance and a sense of making it about him, but I don't care because he's that good. So I hope that's what comes to pass. As far as the altitude, it's interesting, right? I was watching I don't know if you've been watching this, either of you, but The Rest is Football on Netflix, where it's been quite good. It's essentially a podcast, but you watch it, and they've had some really good guests. And they had Brad Friedel on yesterday. And Brad Friedel basically said, if England lose because of altitude, that would be such a shame, because England are the better team. Mexico, he described them as average or below average. And he described them in the first 20 minutes of games, they tried to suffocate their opponent. If you can survive that first 20 minutes and even better score early, the Mexican fans get on their back. They're not happy campers when things aren't going well. It's going to be tricky. Like, there's no getting away.
Isn't there a bit of needle between the US and Mexico, though?
Yeah, there is.
So, like, I'm not sure I'd take everything he says with a
slightly
biased
pinch
of salt.
Yeah, it's.
I tell you what, though. You talked about like kind of the attacking players needing to step up. We are really struggling to find a back four that looks like a defensive unit. It's been so poor in all the games. I think we've looked vulnerable in all areas. I don't think we found a combination of centre backs and full backs that's worked yet.
Yeah,
and as you said, I think when we were talking beforehand. Actually, we look tighter at the back when Rice was playing at right back than we did with the others on.
Yeah, that's a bit of a worry, isn't it? And it's. For me, it's just the combination play and the support, particularly down the right side. There just doesn't seem to be a bit of cohesion there. I mean, Madueke has no end product.
I'm just saying, it really makes you think. You rely so much on Reece James.
Yeah.
Reece James is injured. You go to this World Cup without Trent. Okay, like, I commend Tuchel for selecting players for his system and having the guts to keep the popular players, like the players, it is not rivalry contest. We play on form, we play on system. That's fine. But then now you're seeing that come back. Jed Spence is not Trent Alexander-Arnold. So if Reece James is injured, you don't have Trent. You are relying on Jed Spence, and then you have Madueke in front of him. Now, how he starts above Saka for me, I don't have a clue. He has no end product. As you said, Glenn, he has no end product. Jed Spence has no attacking end product as well. So that whole right side is nullified without without a Reece James or Ronaldo.
It's almost like in the Mexico game, assuming Jed Spence starts. I was watching something with Gary Neville, and he said you almost instruct him, you don't go over the halfway line. Because one-on-one defending, he's actually pretty good. Like take-ons, he's quite a good defender. But just be disciplined, don't go over the halfway line. But it's what's in front of him worries me. In terms of the support.
He doesn't get any cover, does he?
Yeah, he gets no cover.
Like that for the DR Congo goal. He got all the blame from social media, but he was literally the only defender marking the player when the ball was coming in. Nobody else was. He was marking the player that Konza was supposed to be marking, and the guy that was free on the wing was the guy that he should have been marking. So that they were all out of position. Yeah. But he got the blame because he was the one nearest to the ball when it went in.
And Madueke's defensive awareness was just non-existent.
So Glenn, let me ask you a question. Why not Saka?
I don't think he's fit. I don't know, Graeme, what your view is. Look,
he was out a lot this season, wasn't he?
Like completely, taking off my Spurs hat. I like Saka. I think he's a brilliant footballer. I think he's been faultless for England over the years. I think he's incredible. He just doesn't look...
a lot.
Maybe. He just doesn't
Sorry,
look
I'm not completely unbiased.
Yeah. He doesn't look fit to me. Something doesn't look right with him. He's usually...
But even not 100%, he still looks better than Madueke.
Oh, 100%. 100% he does.
Like, he brings so much more to that right-hand side.
Yeah. And look, maybe that's what we'll see in Mexico. We might see Saka start the game and then get 65 minutes out of him, and then he comes off.
The other thing I noticed to that game, we went from the Panama game, we went 4-1-4-1, if I recall.
Yep.
But we went back to 2 holding against Congo.
Which seemed,
so we didn't have a lot of ball progression through the middle.
I would like to have seen Kobbie Mainoo get some minutes in that game, and he didn't. He's not taking the pitch at all, is he? Which is I really like him.
I thought that's one of the other things that improved us in that final quarter was Eze came on and gave it again. So we were progressing the ball a lot better and we looked more dangerous. So I think sometimes we set up a little bit too defensively.
Yeah.
Although one thing I will say about Congo, Wissa really showing Newcastle what they've been missing this season with him out injured. He looked so dangerous.
The trouble is, right, Congo, they're not shit players. I mean, they play Ligue 1, they play Premier League. Yeah. I think there's a few that play in La Liga. I mean, this isn't Zaire of 1974. This is a decent fucking team. Yeah. And you're quite right. There was one that he hit the post as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, outside of the post.
Yeah. But before we move on to a couple of the other knockout games and just more broadly the tournament, Harry Kane's second goal. I mean, I was messaging with a mate, and I'm like, he doesn't even look at the goal. And he's like, yeah, the goal doesn't move, mate. He knows exactly where it is.
I didn't. I'm surprised you didn't hear me.
Oh, mate, me same. Yeah, me the same.
Without the use of a phone.
There was a lot of emotion in my...
I scared the dog. He jumped out.
It was about 3:45 in the morning for me, and I'm pretty sure I woke my neighbourhood up.
I had to make sure I didn't wake up the kids, because I have 2 young kids, and I was celebrating that downstairs, and I was like, oh my god. But again, which said, I celebrated for that moment, but then 10 minutes later, I'm worried again. Like, what if Harry Kane gets injured? Then what happens?
Yeah. There's footage doing the rounds of John Murray and Paul Robinson's commentary from 5 Live, and they say exactly the same thing. John Murray said, "What do we do without him?" And Paul Robinson's just like,
what do we do without Harry Kane?
Yeah. And the worry is, right, even after this tournament, let's say he stays fit enough to do another one in 4 years' time. But that'll be last knockings, right? But the people coming in behind him, Tony, they're all 30 as well. They're all. There's no young strikers coming in behind them that you think they're going to pick up the baton and be the next group. There just isn't there.
It's funny, in my Spurs supporting group here with some lads in Melbourne, one of them put, after that, I put the footage of that goal, there's loads of it going around on social media, and he responded, he goes, "What do you reckon Solanke would have done in that situation?"
Oh, God.
Probably lay it off or miss or pull a hamstring. It's just incredible talent. Very lucky to have him. He does look fit though, Graeme. He does look fit. He looks sharp.
He does.
He looks better than he ever has in a major tournament. And
I think if I remember, that second goal was his 72nd goal this season for club and country. That's insane, right? The only person who's done more than that is Messi.
Yeah. And didn't he?
It's pretty good company.
Didn't Kane pass Pele yesterday?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, and most goals scored in a World Cup.
Yeah, incredible.
I'm going to say something really controversial for you guys as well. But Harry Kane needed to leave Tottenham.
Oh, needed to leave Tottenham?
Yeah, he needed to leave.
Couldn't be more.
Be the player that he is right now. He's gone to another level since he's left Spurs. Yes, the Bundesliga.
I'll be honest, he hasn't. He's always been that good. Just that no one would give him credit because he played for Tottenham. Honestly,
I've been watching Harry Kane his whole career, right? I'd agree with what Graeme just said, but one thing I would also say in what you're saying, Suneil, I wouldn't disagree with your sentiment there. I think what we're seeing, Graeme, from Kane, I'm a Spurs fan, love Tottenham. He has not been afforded to play with absolute quality around him.
No, 100%.
And I think that has 100%. Elevated him. In terms of you're seeing levels from him when you've got runners like Elise running.
But my point is, yes, at club level, absolutely, he's playing. I'm sorry, he's not playing with better players in the England squad at the moment.
No, that's fair. Obviously, yeah.
With one or two notable exceptions, but.
And whether or not the sentiment of he needed to leave Spurs or he had to leave Spurs, what he did for me was he went with my absolute blessing. He needed to go because it was you can't keep a player like that. He just got us out of shit, and he was just different.
Once it was clear that we weren't going to match his ambitions, I don't blame him for going.
Correct. No, correct. Well, look, moving away from England and Kane and other things, I mean, the one game I haven't actually seen it because it was, and I'm hoping someone else has, it was the game that was sandwiched between England and the US game. So I went back to bed at about 4:30 on Thursday morning. I took the morning off work. And then I didn't wait until about 9:30 and then watched the US game. But there was the Belgium-Senegal game.
Oh, God, what a weird game.
I haven't seen it.
I thought they were cruising. Senegal.
Yeah, so I'd be keen to get anyone, if you watch the whole thing, Graeme, like, because they were 2-0 up, right? And then wasn't it a penalty at the last minute?
Yeah.
190.
Yeah.
Oh, did it go to extra time?
Yeah, it went to extra time. It's 2-2, went to extra time.
Wow. And so, do Belgium look like they're getting better and good value, or are they just digging themselves out the shit much like England did against Congo?
A bit of the latter, I think. I don't think they look great.
They're an ageing Belgian team as well, aren't they?
Yeah, and some of the players, I'm like, who's that? And that's not, you know, for the last 8 to 12 years, you probably could have named off the top of your head sort of 9 or 10 of the squad. Not anymore.
The main reason I raised it, I didn't see the game because I was asleep, but it's their US's next opponent. And I've got quite a lot invested in that.
to beat them, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I've got quite a bit invested in that. Not that I'm a US fan, but I am a US citizen.
Your brother's in Belgium, right?
Yeah, my brother's in Belgium. But I've got quite a bit invested in the US side of things, obviously with family and friends, having spent 12 years in America. At altitude, I should add, in Denver.
Yeah.
So I can probably tell Thomas Tuchel a few things about that.
It's actually higher than Mexico City, isn't it?
I think it might be. It might be. Yeah, it's a mile high. I'd have to check. But Suneil, did you see the Belgium game, or were you also dozing like I was?
I dozed. I had meetings. I had work, but I saw it from. So I saw 2-0 until the 80th minute. Then I was following the score, and then I turned it on probably just before Lukaku scored.
Yeah.
And then I watched right the way through. So I probably watched it from the 85th minute onwards.
Yeah.
This is where a lot of the excitement was, I guess.
I mean, because I thought it was over anyway. For Senegal 2-0 up, 82nd minute or whatever, cruising.
Such a shame. Such a shame on Senegal. But to your point, Graeme, I do wonder if America can beat Belgium. It's not a vintage Belgium team. I mean,
I can't fancy them to. I think they've looked pretty decent.
Belgium.
They look very vulnerable, And then we can't talk about Belgium without their geographic neighbours, the French. I mean, I don't quite know what to make of it, right? Because they look scary good. They've got squad depth. They seem to be united. They seem to be getting on. But they haven't really played anyone that's going to test them. And I'm not suggesting that. I would love to have a crack at France just to see where England are, but the only time we're going to meet them is in the final. It remains to be seen on if we even get that far. But my point being, I'd love to see a Spain or an Argentina again, or because they've played scintillating football, but they've played scintillating football. I mean, the Netherlands beat Sweden 5, so it's like Sweden didn't really put much of a test, but Mbappe, Dembele, I mean, they've got just. Elise, I mean...
All the A's.
There's got so many athletes in that team.
Yeah.
It just frightens you. If Mbappe doesn't hurt you, it'll be Elise. If Elise doesn't hurt you, it'll be Dembele. If Dembele doesn't hurt you, it's Barcola. Where does it stop? And then you look behind, you've got Tchouameni, you've got Rabiot.
What I don't understand is, with all of the quality in French football, that bum still gets in the team.
Well, and also
I never rated Rabiot, and he's still there.
Luca Digne on left back as well. I'm like, that's weird. Like, he's not that good. It's like, but he gets minutes.
Yeah.
But they do look scary good. I can't see past them. And I've just finished I got up for the second half of the Spain game. They've started to come to the boil now and come to the World Cup party. They look really good. Like, they're playing tiki-taka. They've got a bit of bite about them as well. So my favourite going into this competition, I didn't really see past France. I can't really change my mind on that. But what's your view, Graeme? Have you still got a dark horse view, or do you just think this is France's to lose?
I'm interested to see, because it's tonight is the Portugal game, right?
Yeah, that kicks off in 30 minutes for me. Yeah,
I'm into. They're a really good team, but I mean, we talked about the kind of Ronaldo dilemma that the managers kind of damns.
Someone needs to have the bollocks to drop him.
Exactly. I mean, it happened in the last. Was it the last World Cup? They dropped him, and the manager copped all kinds of shit for it.
We've got a United fan here in Suneil. Suneil, what's your view on Ronaldo, mate, and the conundrum with him and Portugal?
It's okay. He's the top international goal scorer in the world, or whatever it might be. He's Cristiano Ronaldo, but he's not the Cristiano Ronaldo of old. Like, I think personally, I mean, I'm a big Ronaldo fan. Don't get me wrong, I'm a big Ronaldo fan, but he shouldn't be starting games. You know, to me, if you're down 1-0 in the 75th minute or 70th minute and you need to change something up, then
bring him on.
Bring on Ronaldo, because who's better at getting you a goal in a short amount of time than Ronaldo? But as the game goes on, he becomes more and more ineffective.
Yeah.
His legs are not there. He can't press. He can pick up key positions in the box, yes, but if you're not giving him the ball, I think that it also impacts the players around him. Because if he's not running for Bruno Fernandes, for example, Bruno Fernandes has no outlet to pass the ball to. If the wingers are consistently looking for Ronaldo in the box, they're not looking for anybody else around him. So there's that pressure. I'm playing with Ronaldo. I must find Ronaldo. That is holding Portugal back.
It's a fair point, right? It kind of reminds me in a weird way, not that there are similar players, but the ability they had from a dead ball. It's David Beckham-like. And if you've got a Beckham back in the day, an aging Beckham in your squad, you use him with 20, 15 minutes ago, you just try and win free kicks around the box. You just play to history. Corners, free kicks, because you're right, if Portugal used him correctly, you would. If you're in a quarter-final or semi-final of a World Cup and you can win a dead ball situation, you've got one of the best probably, in world football to come on and potentially take it. It's as good as a penalty. So yeah, it should be Croatia, though. Do not discount Croatia taking that Portugal team all the way to extra time and penalties, because they seem to be specialists at that in tournaments. Croatia.
They've picked up as the tournament's gone on as well, haven't they?
Yeah. And Modric, love the guy. He's still turning out the minutes. I mean, he's still got it in the legs. So,
and then, of course, we didn't talk about Germany either.
Well, we have to talk about that.
So actually, that with the two games that went to penalties that day, with Germany and Netherlands both going out, I've never seen two worse sets of penalties in a match.
Awful.
Absolutely dog shit they were.
Awful penalties. But I took a certain sense of glee in the final one that Germany missed. Was so much like Chris Waddle's in 1990. I was like,
I've seen someone's put the Kai Havertz and
the Gabriel one.
A Gabriel one over the other.
Germany, and I listened to the one you did with Ben, Graeme. Germany, they are not a good footballing team at the moment, and they haven't been for some time. You go all the way back to you go all the way back to 2016, 2018. They've had their time maybe, and they need to really look at maybe what England had to do in terms of going back to basics, because
they did this before, didn't they? A bit like the French did as well. They did a complete reset. And they had a golden period where all of the players came through together, and they had a really, really strong squad, and they won stuff.
When they pumped us in 2010, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then in 2014 they won it when they destroyed Brazil in the semi-final. They didn't look or don't look scary. Like, if we were to have met them, I wouldn't have been that bothered, right? And Paraguay, well, it's funny, right? A mate at work who's, I would say, a casual football fan, but he was like, I hate the way Paraguay play. They're just so boring to watch. They just played to their strengths, mate. They got the job done. They knew that if they came out and tried to play against Germany, they'd probably lose that game. Yeah. They just dug in and did what they needed to do. So I was quite happy to see the back of Germany, not going to lie. Do you know a team I was sad to see go out, and I feel sorry for them on the draw they got, is Japan, because I thought they were really good value.
They were 1-0 up from a lot of that game as well. I really thought they were going to do it. Sad.
I think they exposed the weakness in Brazil as well that game. I watched that game live, and they really took advantage of Brazil's transitional defense being slow, because they're two slow midfielders, not slow but experienced. I call experienced but slow midfielders in the center of midfield lane. Kamarish and Casemiro.
it was almost this expanded World Cup has created some early knockout games that you'd almost rather see as a quarter-final, you know? That would have been like Japan. They deserved that. They played really well.
Really well.
I find it weird. I find having a knockout stage of 32. It's like, I feel like we've been playing for like a long time already.
Yeah. And the thing is, if the worst was to happen to England, the fact of the matter is you've gone out quite early if you lose against them.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's still 2/3 of the teams that started the tournament are still involved at 32, right?
Indeed.
I mean, just give it some context. Pre-season for the Premier League starts in a week.
Oh yeah, it's already pretty much underway because I'm going to plan to go to Sydney. Spurs play in Sydney in a few weeks. It's like
they're already doing. I think it's less than 2 weeks till our first pre-season match against Milton Keynes. It's a kind of closed door friendly. And then after that, they fly to Australia and New Zealand for 3 matches.
And that's going to be the same for Man United, for Arsenal. So
there's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of squads starting pre-season without their World Cup players. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, apart from Scotland.
Suneil is good friend and my mate Jack. So we hosted a watch party at my house, Graeme, on the first Sunday of the World Cup because we had games from 8 a.m. or 11 a.m., 2 p.m. and it was just a great day. But Jack is a Scottish lad and he came and we've just been giving him so much banter, like all of the permutations on how they could have stayed in, like poor Scotland. It was like had they scored a couple more against Haiti, they would still probably be in the World Cup.
Yeah,
you know, it's just pity. But speaking of teams that are still in the World Cup, and before we close out, a mention for Cape Verde. Like what a story! What a story!
It is.
I mean, that is essentially for them. Tomorrow night for you, Graeme, 8 a.m. for us, Suneil, tomorrow morning. Yeah. That's their World Cup final. I mean, just incredible.
Where's that match being played?
I think it's in Miami. Let me check. I think it's Miami.
Tomorrow, right?
Yeah, Miami.
Yeah.
So, I mean, let's not discount Cape Verde got a 0-0 against Spain. You know, they did well against Uruguay. Messi and Argentina are a whole different proposition. But just an amazing story. And for all, I think you touched on this, Graeme, in the last episode, right? For all of the noise around this World Cup, of which there was many, and some of it will still be there after the World Cup's finished with, I think there are actual lawsuits about ticketing. All of that. For all of that, the football's been pretty good.
Yeah.
And there have been some really, really nice stories, and Cape Verde is one of them. To the point, in fact, Suneil, you'll laugh at this, I found the contact information for the mayor in Cape Verde, and I was emailing him to try and get him on. He hasn't responded.
So if you're watching, give us a call.
Yeah. I don't give them much of a chance, beat Messi in Argentina, but it's just a great story to see them doing well in the competition, you know.
So I told you a friend of mine used to live in Cape Verde, and he currently runs an Irish pub in Spain. But every time I see a picture of him with the football on, he's always got his Cape Verde shirt on.
Well, you need to get in touch. We need to see if we can, because I'd love to get someone on, even once they've been eliminated. It would be great to hear from somebody who followed that journey. I mean,
to be honest, it is a World Cup knockout game. Anything could happen. Can
you imagine?
Yeah, can you imagine? But anything could. It's a World Cup knockout game. Anything could happen. The Cape Verde goalkeeper, who's already had a blinder of a tournament, could have another blinder today.
Yeah.
The penalties, you don't know. Yeah, Messi is going to score, but what's behind Messi?
Yeah. You don't
know. You don't know.
I'm looking forward to it. Even my wife, who is a casual football fan at best, but she will get up and watch some big Tottenham games, and she's been watching some of the World Cup. She is invested in Cape Verde. She's like, when do they play next? It's a great story.
There's
a few it's going to be a long Saturday for us tomorrow, because we've got Australia at 4, we've got Cape Verde Argentina at 8, so it's going to be...
And then I think we've got an 11:30 game as well, haven't we?
Yeah. The remaining games, it's Portugal, Croatia, which we talked about, Switzerland, Algeria, which is not exactly a box office one, is it?
Algeria going to win that.
Yeah. Argentina, Cape Verde, Colombia,
Australia,
Ghana.
Egypt, and Colombia, Ghana,
Yeah.
And then
Egypt's going to be a good game too. Just saying.
Yeah, I quite think that'd be quite a good game.
for us, we roll, and for you, Graeme, Saturday night for you, 10 p.m, Paraguay, France, and at 6 p.m. for you, Canada, Morocco, which I think Morocco will win that.
Yeah, I do. I think they might go quite a long way again this time.
And then mine and Suneil's Monday morning, 6 a.m. Brazil, Norway, Mexico, England, 10 a.m. So it's quite funny, right? I work for a great company, and they're pretty understanding and great with like flex time, and if you need stuff for family or emergencies or just time off, you can get it, just as long as you're obviously doing your job. So I've been exercising my right of flex time for this World Cup. So I messaged my boss and I was like, right, mate, just so you know, I won't be around Monday morning much. And he goes, that's fine, I understand, I get it. Like you have to do it every 4 years. Graeme, where will you be watching England-Mexico?
In my living room,
Yeah.
I think.
You'll be doing what I did for the Congo game.
I need the shortest route from the end of the game to my bed, basically.
Yeah.
So
Same. It was funny, right? When I was watching the Congo game, 2 a.m. kickoff for me, and we just scored the winner, and then my dad called me, and I was like, I'll call you back after the game. And then I had a few other people I was messaging, and I kind of forgot to call him. I got back in bed, my phone was on my nightstand, and then it just starts ringing. And Lindsay, of course, she goes, who is that? And I was like, oh, it's my dad. So I just declined it, messaged him, and I said, sorry, mate, I'm back in bed. Like, I need sleep right now. So, Graeme, we've been doing these podcasts for 2 years, mate, and finally you're going to have some kick-off pain. Like, I live this world.
Well, I expect I'll have it for the pre-season matches as well, right?
You will, yeah. There'll be a few bad ones pre-season. Yeah. No, indeed. So, well, look, guys, I didn't have a great deal else to cover. It's coming up 15 minutes to kick off for Portugal, Croatia, which I'd like to take in some of that before I've got a few work things. So, Neil, anything more from you, mate, before we end the episode?
Thanks for having me. It's been really fun. I just want to say we're getting to that pointy end of the World Cup now. We're going to see some interesting matches. We're really looking forward to it.
Indeed. Yeah, as Alex Ferguson would call it, squeaky bum time.
Absolutely. We need that stage of the World Cup.
But with so many teams still left in it, it doesn't quite feel like it's that pointy yet.
Yeah. I'm hoping...
Getting there.
It's getting narrower.
Yeah, and look, as Suneil said, maybe we'll see one of the biggest upsets ever, and Cape Verde somehow knock Argentina out. Wouldn't that be something? Definitely
worth a watch, that one, isn't it? It feels it's a bit like a sort of early stage FA Cup game.
Oh,
really,
totally. It totally feels like Man United.
Dog and Duck versus Manchester
United. Yeah, Man United versus Dog and Duck, exactly right. Yeah, amazing. Well, nothing more from me, as always. Thanks for our listeners and viewers for joining. Graeme, I'll pass back to you, mate, to close us out.
Yeah, thanks to everyone who's listened in. Please like and subscribe to the podcast to tick all the algorithms so we can get in front of more supporters. And to close us out, come on, England.
Come on, England.
Come on.
Let me be the one that you turn to, someone you can rely on, closer each day.